The rain fell relentlessly upon the imposing facade of Blackwood Manor. Nestled deep within the heart of the desolate countryside, the ancient mansion had long been shrouded in whispers of a dark and sinister past. Its time-worn stones, cracked windows, and overgrown gardens told a tale of neglect and decay. Yet, it was the stories of restless spirits that lurked within the mansion that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to speak its name. For generations, the Blackwood family had inhabited the mansion, their bloodline tainted by rumors of madness and occult practices. The last of the Blackwoods, a reclusive heiress named Isabella, had passed away in the dimly lit corridors of the manor, leaving behind a legacy steeped in mystery and fear. On a stormy night, four adventurous friends, Emily, David, Sarah, and Mark, sought shelter from the relentless downpour as they stumbled upon Blackwood Manor. They were on a road trip, searching for the thrill of the unknown, and the eerie mansion beckoned to their sense of curiosity. Despite the warnings from the locals, they decided to explore the mansion, armed only with flashlights and bravado. Emily led the way, her heart pounding as she pushed open the creaking front door. It groaned with a haunting echo that seemed to resonate through the entire house. The interior was a labyrinth of decaying grandeur. Dust-covered chandeliers hung from the ceiling, their crystal prisms refracting the feeble beams of their flashlights. Faded portraits of stern-looking Blackwood ancestors lined the walls, their eyes following the intruders as if still alive. As they ventured further into the mansion, they discovered a library filled with ancient tomes bound in worn leather. Dusty volumes spoke of forbidden knowledge and unspeakable rituals. Mark, the most skeptical of the group, chuckled nervously, dismissing the tales as mere fiction. But the oppressive atmosphere weighed upon them, and Sarah's flashlight flickered as if possessed by some unseen force. With each step, the mansion seemed to shift, its corridors extending and rearranging themselves like a never-ending maze. Time itself became an enigma as hours turned into moments, and moments stretched into eternity. Emily's sense of direction faltered, and they realized they were lost in the bowels of the mansion. As fear crept into their hearts, they heard the faintest of whispers, ghostly voices that seemed to emanate from the very walls. The voices spoke of torment, of lost souls, and of a malevolent presence that hungered for their company. The friends clung to each other, their breaths shallow, their eyes wide with terror. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the mansion. Emily's flashlight fell from her trembling hand as they rushed toward the source of the sound. They found themselves in a dimly lit chamber adorned with eerie symbols and flickering candlelight. In the center of the room lay an ornate mirror, its surface reflecting nothing but darkness. David gasped as he recognized Isabella Blackwood's portrait on the wall, her eyes filled with a haunting sadness. Emily, drawn by an unseen force, approached the mirror, her reflection slowly transforming into Isabella's visage. Isabella's spectral voice whispered through her lips, recounting the tragic tale of her family's descent into madness and obsession with the occult. The room grew colder, and the air thickened with a malevolent presence. Mark and Sarah desperately tried to pull Emily away from the mirror, but it was as if an invisible hand held her in its grip. Isabella's voice grew louder, a mournful lament that echoed through the chamber. Then, with a deafening roar, the mirror shattered into 1,000 shards, releasing Emily from its grip. But the room was no longer the same. The walls pulsed with a sinister energy, and shadows danced menacingly on the ceiling. The friends screamed in terror as the malevolent presence manifested before them, a dark, amorphous entity that seemed to draw its power from the very mansion itself. Desperate to escape, they retraced their steps through the shifting corridors, but the mansion seemed determined to keep them trapped within its nightmarish embrace. The malevolent entity pursued them relentlessly, its form ever-changing, its hunger insatiable. With every passing moment, the mansion's walls seemed to close in, suffocating them. It whispered promises of eternal torment and despair, urging them to surrender to its dark embrace. But the friends clung to their fading hope, determined to break free from the curse that bound Blackwood Manor. As they neared the entrance, the entity's power waned, and they burst out into the pouring rain. The mansion's facade crumbled behind them, a testament to the darkness that had consumed it. They watched as the last remnants of Blackwood Manor disappeared into the stormy night. The four friends never spoke of their harrowing experience, but the haunted memories of that night would forever linger in their hearts. They had survived the horrors of Blackwood Manor, but the mansion's malevolent presence would haunt their dreams for the rest of their lives, a chilling reminder that some mysteries were best left unexplored.